Hey, I'm Steve Krenz for Guitar Gathering, your home for real nuts and bolts guitar learning. This workout is on Travis picking. This will be the second of several workouts that we're going to have on Travis picking. So many people want to learn the style that Chet Atkins did and Merle Travis did. So many wonderful songs that are part of that. It sounds so simple and it's deceptively tricky. So that's what we're going to work on. So none of this is going to make sense if you don't have your guitar with you. You got to have your guitar with you. And then please work through it with us. So get your guitar in your hands. There's also a PDF that goes along with this workout. The link is in the YouTube description down below, and that will get you to the exercises that we do. Now, the first workout that we did a few sessions back, that one covered about the first 5 pages of this workout. Tonight we're going to cover about pages 5 through 7. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit further into the workout and see if we can get some more independence. So we started out nice and slow. Usually one of the tougher things with learning Travis picking is that it just progresses so fast, and we just lose a little bit of the the practice that we need along the way. So that's what this is about. So we're going to provide you tonight the practice to get what you need to get for this. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using a thumb pick. This is a Dunlop medium thumb pick. Now you could, if you have a thumb pick handy, try and use it. That's a little bit more characteristic for Travis picking. If you just want to go finger style, that's absolutely great too. And we will, the technique is basically the same, you just have to angle your fingers a little bit different. All right, so if you guys are ready, if you have that PDF in front of you, let's take a look at it. First thing I want you to do is we're going to open up to page 5 of your PDF. All right, so let's back up even a little bit before that. Let's back up to page 4 of your PDF, okay? When we started, and we're going to do this in steps, we did step 1, which was just getting the bass note happening. Step 2 is we start adding the chords to the bass note. So let's practice that for a little bit, kind of warm ourselves up into our work tonight. All right, so take a look at page 4. About middle of the page, it says step 2, adding chords to the bass line. So let's just kind of warm up with these exercises. Now, remember, we're going to start off with that first one in C. This would be the second line down there underneath step 2. We're going to have, remember, first, second, and third finger are on the third, second, and first string. And then your thumb is going to be hitting the C, and it's going to eventually go back between the C and the G. Now, if you want to try muting it down to get that mute, that's great there too. At this point, I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried about you getting the notes, getting used to the notes first. Okay, so we're going to play the chord, and then we're going to start jumping the bass line. So let's see if I've got the tab, I've got the music notation, I've got the chords, I got everything I can think of to put there for you. Let's play it. You ready? This is step 2, adding chords to the bass line. The first exercise underneath that with the C. Here you go. You got to play it with me. This is how it works. 1, 2, ready, go. Play the chord, keep the bass line going. Do it again. Now we start alternating the bass. Then I give another chord. 2, 3, 4. Good job. Take a look at the next one. A. Okay, now we're going to do it in the key of A. Travis picking tends to stay along pretty traditional caged type keys, C, A, G, E, and D. So that's what I wanted to emphasize in our boot camp here as we're getting used to it. Let's try the second one down there. This is the one in A. Okay, on page 4, the exercise starting in A. 1, 2, play it with me, ready, go. Slow and steady. So let's alternate the bass now. A, E, A. Do it again, do it again. 1, 2, again, go. A. Try and get every note to ring. Don't let any of them mute out. Now we start alternating. chord. 2, 3, 4. Now, if that's going a little bit too fast for you, then just do your best through this workout, but then come back to it, and you can always slow it down when you watch the video later by just going to that little gear icon at the bottom of the YouTube window. Hey, if you like the material that we put out on the workouts and the exercises and songs that we do, hey, click that subscribe button underneath there. That is a good way to get alerted next time that we go live. Here we go. We used to do shows on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Here we go. Look at the last one on page 4. Now we're going to jump between several of these 5th string root chords. C's, A's, B's, things like that. All right, so here we go. Look at the 3rd one there. Oh my goodness, we start getting active. Look at the bass line. Before we even play it, look at the bass line. Over the C, we're going down to the root in the 5th. Over the A minor. Then I have a B7. Our 2nd finger is jumping back and forth. Then the C7, this first measure of the C7, our 3rd finger is going back and forth. And now look at the next to last measure, C, E, G, E. I kind of vary up the pattern there for you there. Okay, here we go. Start at the beginning of that line. Last line, page 4. 1, 2, slow it down and ready, go. Every note ringing out. Now to an A minor. Now to a B7th. Now to a C7. Now the bass line changes. Good. Hey, let's do that next to last measure. That next to last measure on that C7 where it goes C, E, G, E. We're going to just do that a bunch of times, okay? The next to last measure, that's C7. 1, 2, ready, go. You're doing great. Okay, here's the big challenge. You can look anywhere in the room, just not at your music. And keep that pattern going. There you go. There you go. You're doing it. It's kind of like riding a bike. You know when you kind of get it. All right? Take a look at the next page, page 5. All right, so now we're going to go to a 6th string root chord. The pattern, the bass line changes just a little bit for this. And I'm going to jump you through a G, a G7, a G minor. Nothing too stressful here. Top exercise, page 5. 1, 2, open G, ready, go. The top notes, repeat this measure a few times. The top notes are still on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string, so nothing really has changed there. Now let's go to the next measure. We'll do it 4 times. Now we start jumping the bass. There you go. Now G7. Notice the bass changes. Doing great. Just slow down, relax, think about it. Don't panic. Just relax. Think about the pattern. Go to the next one. Now it's a G minor. Up at the 3rd fret we have a bar. Just going between the root and the 5th on the 6th and 5th string. And then the last one. There you go. Okay. All right. Moving on. All right. I'll give you some more practice on 6th string bass chords. You have 5th string bass chords, C's, B's, and A's we talked about. We have 6th string bass chords, G, bar chord F, open E. We've got 4-string root chords, D, D minor, D7, things like that. Okay, and that's really about it as far as the majority of the work that you're going to come across. With the bar chords and things like that, they're either going to have roots on the 6th, the 5th, or the 4th string. Take a look at the 2nd exercise on page 5. Starts with an F. Look at that bass line bass line going around. Okay, so we're just going to start on an F chord. Now, if you're having problems with bar chords, we did a series a way back when about bar chords. I'll try and put that link in the YouTube description down below after we finish that series that we did on bar chords. So if you're a little fuzzy on bar chords, need to get the hand strength for it, I would encourage you to go through those workouts. That we covered some great ground there. Here we go. Second line, F exercise ready, go. F. Do it again. We'll do each 4 times. Okay, now we're going to switch to a 5th string root for the C7, and so now that it's going down to lower, I can't talk and play at the same time. Here we go. Now to an F, but look at the pattern changes. F, F, C, F. It's about control. Just slow it down. Think about what needs to happen. Go to the next one. C7, C, E, G, E, C, E, G, E. Come on, this is the boot camp. This is the workout. We're going somewhere. I'm trying to get y'all to play Freight Train. That's going to be our final exam. But we got to walk up through these techniques. Do you want to half learn them or do you want to really learn them? That's what this is about. And then we end up on the F there. I forgot to play the last F. Hey, look at that next line down there. This is an E. Now we're going to jump around between 6-string root ones, an E, and then A's and B7. Each one of these has a little different combination, and so I'm slowly running you through all these different combinations. Let's see what we got here. We've got an E7, and you're going to be going from an E, B, B, and then on the A7, it flips. So you have the root, and then the 5th is lower than that. The B7, second finger is jumping, and then back to E7, but look, the bass line changes. 6th string, 4th string, 5th string, 4th string. There you go. Here we go. Let's play it. We'll do each measure 4 times. Take a deep breath. You can do it. Here we go. 1, 2, E7, ready, go. Do it again. Now we're going to switch to the A7, so it's a 5th string bass. Ready, go, and A7. If you want to try and mute that down. B7. B7 now. The last one, E7 and D, 6th string, 4th string, 5th string, 4th string. Good job, good job, good job. It's getting tougher. Each one of them is building on the skills. Look at the last one, last measure, or last line on page 5. I'm going to jump you around between 6-string root chords like a G and an E minor, 5th string root chords like a C and an A minor, and even a 4th string root chord, that last D before we do the G. All right, woo! Here we go, here we go, here we go. Also, what I did on this one is we're going to start moving that bass line where it's slowly walking down to these other chords. So like notice between the G and the E minor, we've got a G, D, G. Then it walks down to that F sharp to get down to that E minor. D, C, C, B, A, So lots of jumping. We better slow this one down. Slow this one down just a little bit here. Now, we did have a question there about the G chord. It could be open, or it could be a bar. Now, I've got either way. They work. Practice whichever way you want. I just have it here as an open chord just because it's going to an open E minor. But you could use the bar chord there too. Let me give you a hint. It's more about what's happening with this hand than with this hand. Okay. So the short answer is, I don't care. If you want to play with a bar, that's fine too. 1, 2, last exercise, go. Walk down to the E minor, second finger. D. We're going to do this one again. Do it again. Do it again. Go. I see what you were asking there in the chat there. You were talking about the bar chord because you were looking at the tab. And it looks like I did not correctly notate the tab there. I wrote it as a bar chord in the tab, but actually I was meaning it as the chord block would indicate that it would be an open. So I'll try and correct that as we get to the next version of this. I will correct that. All right, flip the page. Page 6. Page 6, we're going to add some 4th string chords. We're going to go through a 1, 6 minor, 4, 5 progression, very common progression, and I'm going to try and take you through that in a lot of these various caged keys using this. All right, so look at this is the top exercise on page 6. We're going from a D, and then a C sharp, because we're in the key of D. Look at that C sharp in the key signature. So that C sharp would be with our pinky. And then B minor. A, G. And then we're going to go up to that A. That G sharp to the A7 there. Okay, there you go. Let's try it. Number 6. 1, 2, nice and slow, go. Pinky here, B minor. Fourth fret. Okay, we're going to do all that again. Do it again. Back to the beginning. Back to the beginning, go. Pinky, C sharp, B minor. One more time. Give you another shot at that. A little bit faster. And then we end on a D. There you go. Okay. That's a 1, 6 minor, 4, 5 in the key of D. Let's do a 1, 6 minor, 4, 5 in another key. Okay, so look at the next one. We're going to do it in the key of A. A being the 1 chord, the 6 minor, the 6th step of an A scale is an F sharp, and that ends up being a minor chord. The 4 chord in any key is major, so that's where the D major is in. The 5 chord is major, but it's also kind of a dominant 7th, so a lot of times on the 5 chord you'll see a 7 snuck in there. All right, so oh my goodness, we've got 5th string chords with the A, we've got 6th string root chords, that F sharp minor and the E, and then we've got 4 string chords with the D. Everything is shifting around here. Not one exercise, not one line of this is wasted. I'm introducing, every time we go through it, I'm introducing a new thing. Here we go, A. Okay, and this one also walks down. So what's the bass doing? A, E, A, then G sharp, F sharp, C, F sharp, D, A, D, and then it walks up, and then E. There you go. 1, 2, ready. You play it with me. And F or G sharp. Do it again. Do it again. Come on. Do it one more time. One more time. Come on, you can do it. Dig into it. Don't tune out. Dig into it. That's where you start learning, when you're really stretching. There you go. All right. You get the idea. Now, if you want to, just do that same exercise with the other 1, 6 minor, 4, 5s. In the key of G, it would be a G, E minor, C, and D7. In the key of E, it would be an E, C sharp minor, A, and B7. There you go. All right, so step 3, bottom of page 6. Now we can start adding some syncopation to these chords. Independence. Independence. That's where we're going, okay? Let's get the goal in mind. Independence. That's the goal. I just wanted to kind of show you where we're heading. Now, I can't just jump you there. We got to go through all these little steps along the way. Take a look at 6. Okay? Now, it starts out the first measure with just one chord, and then chords on beats 1 and 3, and then I offset that second one, and I push it forward a little bit, so we end up with a glam, glam, boom, glam, glum, boom, glam, boom, glam. That's where we're headed, okay? Here we go. Start at the first measure. We're going to ease our way into this. It's a pattern. Once you get the pattern, it all works. Here we go. First measure, page 6, bottom line. C, 2, ready, go. We'll just do this one for a while. Get that pattern. Look anywhere in the room, just not at your music. Just get used to that pattern. Okay, we're going to stop and stop. We're going to start again. Ready, start. So it takes special skill to be able to stop and start. We're going to stop here and stop. Start again and ready, start again, go. You're doing great. And we're going to go to the next measure. Next measure. All it does is just double up the chords. Now chord. Stop this one. Stop. 2, start it again. Second measure, go. Chord, 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 chord. Freeze. Look at that third measure. Okay, this is where we make the big jump. Listen to how it sounds first. Da, bo, gla, boom, ga, bum. The bass line doesn't change. The only thing that changes is the chords. Here you go. You try it with me. This is the third measure. Okay? 1, 2, slow, ready, and. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Let's see if we can stop it. Stop. 2. Do it again. Start at third measure. Ready. Go. Let's stop. Let's do it again. A 1, a start, a ready, go. Bum, boom, clap, boom. Bum, bum, boom, clap, boom. Okay, good job. Now we're going to play that whole exercise. We're going to do just 2 bars on each. 2 bars in the first measure, 2 bars in the second measure, and see if we can get into that third. See if we can get adjust. That's what we're practicing here. 1, 2, number 6, or page 6, go. Do it again. Now do the second measure. Now here comes the third measure. Go. Good job. Flip the page. Flip the page. My friends, you're doing great. You're right. Thank you. Thank you, Larry, for letting me know that there was an error in that first measure. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will need to get onto my proofreader, which is me. I'll get onto my proofreader about that. Okay? Thank you for being my guinea pigs in figuring this out. All right, now we're going to do the same pattern. It's the same pattern with this hand. We're just going to change chords. But it's funny how when you change chords, you kind of think everything went different. Nothing changes here. It is exactly the same. We're going to go on an A minor 7th chord. Really, only one note has changed. Okay, so here we go. Top of page 7. 1, 2, ready, go. We're on page 7, the top exercise. Now go to the second measure. Ready, second measure. Now let's go to the next measure and the syncopation. Go. It's a pattern. Once you can start in your head, it's kind of like 2 hemispheres of the brain. In your head, you can just play the same pattern. Like I could play that same pattern here without even a chord. That's a good way to separate the problem. If I did it on a B 7th chord. Let's see if I did that pattern on a B 7th chord. So you can try it on different chords. Okay, here we go. Look at the next exercise down there. This is the second line on page 7. I start off with a C, okay? A C chord. Then I go to an A minor. Then I go to an F. So let's look at what's happening here. 6th string, 5th string, excuse me, 6th string, 4th string, 5th string, 4th string. And then the G chord, an open G here. Let's just practice the open G. Now, if I wanted to do a bar G, then I would have to do basically the same pattern that I did on the F. Sorry. Sorry. There it is. Okay, so let's see if we can play this together. This is the second line, page 7. Slow it down, slow it down. We'll do each measure a couple of times. 1, 2, ready, go. Do it again. Next measure, A minor. Now here's the F, third measure. Last measure. Back to the beginning, C. A minor, next measure. F. G. Do it again, back to the beginning. One measure each. Then the A minor, F. Do it again, one measure each, do it again. Hey, good job, good job. We're ramping up. We're ramping up. It gets a little tough through there. Don't shy back from it. This is how the sausage is made, people. It's yucky. It's frustrating. You feel bad about yourself when you're doing this. This is what it looks like in the practice room. Hey, I play guitar for a living. There's no secret. There's no trick. No matter how much the YouTube guys say, there's a trick, follow me and for 5 minutes I'll show you how to play like ZZ Top. No trick. There's no trick. People keep falling for it. There's no trick. It always comes back down to the practice room and going through these dumb, frustrating exercises over and over and over again. Don't blow that off. Look at that. That's how it gets done. That ugliness is where it happens at, okay? Learn to love that ugliness. Learn to love that feeling stupid. You feel dumb inside of yourself because you can't do it. That's where it gets done, okay? If all you do is sit on your couch and play the same things you always play, you're never going to get any better. This is how you get it. If you want to learn how to play it, you got to walk through these little areas here. The difference between this and you start speeding up. And just start speeding it up. You hit the metronome. It's not magic. You just keep cranking up that metronome. Play it 5 times perfectly at one tempo, then raise it up a couple clicks. Play it 5 times perfect at the next one. Look at the next line. Okay, we've done 1 6 minor 4 5 in C. Let's do 1 6 minor 4 5 in A with this same pattern. Excuse me. We end up with some different combinations. We have an A, an F sharp minor, D. Sorry. Now notice how that one changes because you're on a 4-string chord. So it just goes between D and A and D and A. number 7, or page 7, the third exercise down. 1, 2, ready, A, go. We'll do this one a few times. Do it again. Do it again. F sharp minor. Next one, look at that pattern. D, next one. Slow it down a little bit. E. Now, that little voice inside your head that's saying, I'll never get this. I'm just never going to get that. Here you need to adjust that voice just slightly. Said, I can't play it yet. Try that. I can't play it yet. A little bit more time in the woodshed, and you'll be able to play it. Okay? So we did that in the key of A. We did it 4 bars. Let's see if we can do it 2 bars. 2 bars. Okay, each. 1, 2, number 7, ready, go. F sharp minor. D. E. Repeat it. Do it again. Just 1 bar each. F sharp minor. D. There you go. Okay? All right. So we've gone about probably 30 minutes here. That's probably long enough for now. I would encourage you, as we've done it, you know, the chord progressions, the 1, 6 minor, 4, 5, if I did it in the rest of the keys, I'll just tell it to you. In G, it would be a G, an E minor, a C, and a D7. In D, it would be a D, B minor, G, and an A7. D, B minor, G, and A7. In the key of E, that's the only other one we haven't done. That would be an E, C sharp minor, A, and B7. Okay? Just write out those chords and try and play that little pattern. Blum, boom, clap, boom, bum, blum, boom, clap, boom, bum. Try and play that pattern. Where we're going next is we're going to start breaking that up. That's where we're going next. That's where we're going in the next workout. Okay? All right. Keep up the great work in your learning, and I will see you next time.